everyone that saw the fight and I understood what kind of fight it was and the kind of the positions you were put in. But before we jump to the fight, I want to ask you a few questions first that I had stemming from the weigh-ins.
Yeah.
You came out with a gay pride shirt, and I saw that was getting a little press before you stepped in the cage. What was the thought behind that, or the statement that you wanted to make?
Well, I didn't really have anything specific I wanted to do with it besides just showing my support for that community, and I have some friends in it, and I just felt it was a good opportunity to show my support. I didn't really have any other thoughts by doing than that. So that was just, it was quite spontaneous. And I just thought it was a good opportunity to show support and then give some attention to a subject that hasn't been that hasn't really, maybe it's kind of not taboo in martial arts environments, but you don't see a lot of open gay people, so I just wanted to show my support.
Yeah, I thought that was nice. I think the only time you hear about the gay and lesbian community in MMA or fighters, it's usually because a fighter says something inappropriate in an interview or in a derogatory term in maybe a way that they think is acceptable, but really isn't in these days and times.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we have a couple of female gay fighters as well, but besides that, it doesn't really come up to the surface that often. And I have a bunch of good friends that are gay as well, so I just wanted to show that mixed martial arts and support of the gay community can go hand in hand.
Yeah. And then the second thing, can you give us the background on sharing Marshmallows with your opponent Peter Sabata after?
Well, it was actually I was talking with Mats Nilsson on if we should do something for the weigh-ins or not, and I brought the glasses, but I felt that had already been used, and it was a bit, I don't know, I just didn't feel like it. And then I was trying to come up, or we were trying to come up with things that could be fun to do at the weigh-ins, and out of coincidence, I was handed a bag of marshmallows by one of my team members who helped me out with all the weight cutting and nutrition side of it, and he gave me some marshmallows because it's good after the weigh-ins to eat those because they're full of just rapid sugars. So Matt was like, "Hey, why don't you just take the bag of marshmallows with us, and then you can give him one on the stage?" And I was like, "Yeah, good idea," because I want to show that although I'm a fighter, I can also be maybe a funny character. So that was just perfect, and it worked out pretty good. Besides me having to fumble the bag open and not having that done in advance, but yeah.
I thought that was a nice touch, because it seems like if you have a pre-prepared like marshmallow, you're giving your opponent something, they might be a little suspicious. So I thought you were saying, this is fresh, this is clean. I picked one randomly for you and one randomly for me. So I thought there was something maybe behind that.
No, it was just, bag of marshmallows, do something fun, and also show people that even though we fight, we're still kind of colleagues, and, we go through the same shit, every one of the fighters, so we can be friendly as well.
Yeah, how was this? Is your first weigh-in you got to do at 10 in the morning, or I'm not sure when you stepped on the scale, it was 8 or 10, but we had the early weigh-ins. How was that for you?
It was amazing. It was really good, because usually the UFC kind of strongly implies that you should be on weight around 11 to 12 a.m. when we had the previous weigh-in method. So either way, we'd had to be on weight from 11 or 12, and actually 10 a.m.
Oh,
was the best for them. So we had to be on weight from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So this way, where we can just wake up in the morning, check the weight. If I'm overweight, do the last bit of weight cutting, and then go down and get weight in and start eating and drinking right away. That's perfect, because then you avoid all the waiting time while you're in weight and just, you know, waiting in your room, waiting to get on the bus for the weigh-ins, waiting to drive for the weigh-ins, waiting at the weigh-ins, all that waiting time, you
yeah.
just take that out of the equation. So I'm pretty satisfied with the new way of doing it.
Okay. Did you eat marshmallows after that weigh-in?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. I've seen I think Chael Sonnen, I think he drinks a Coke immediately after.
Yeah.
He used to do that on stage. So I've never heard this one. Maybe that was a secret that's now getting out.
Well, it's just about getting some form of sugar down.
Yeah.
Usually, the first thing I start eating, I don't start eating right away anyway. I usually, at least half an hour to an hour, I just drink fluids. But when I feel like I'm able to squeeze down food, I usually just start out with white bread and honey. So it's just about getting some simple carbs into your system and kind of, getting all your depots filled up again.
Okay. White bread and honey. Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds like that could be like a rap song or something. But it's not from a tough neighborhood, but
Yeah.
bread and honey. Let's talk about this fight. I saw it in person. I just watched it again on video. Have you watched it?
No, not yet.
Okay. Maybe just assess your thoughts, or maybe not technique wise, but looking back on the fight, what do you remember most from it? What are you taking away from the 15 minutes?
Well, I remember that one of the goals I had for this fight was to show myself and my team, and by proxy, therefore, also the UFC and the fans, that I won't quit. I kind of felt like, not that I quit in my last fight. Oh, let me rephrase it. I wanted to show myself and my team that I wanted to go in there and fight till the end, like make it dirty, make it, just go in there and fight no matter what it took. And I feel I accomplished that personally when I got hit by that uppercut in the first round. And I remember falling to my back. And sometimes when you fight, you have these split-second thought trains. And I remember just falling on my back and my eye hurt like a bitch. And usually when I fight, I don't feel pain. But that I felt. And I was like, oh, fuck, my eye is broken. Which I didn't know at the point it was. But that's the feeling I had, which turned out to be true. Falling to my back, thinking that, and then I was like, oh, damn, this feels weird. Should I tap out or no?
Wow.
Fuck it. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep going and see. It's already happened now, so let's see what I can do from here. And then it took me some time to kind of, regroup my strength, and then just try to keep going from there.
When you say broken, obviously we can see the cut, and we saw you posted a picture afterwards of that. Is your orbital broken, or was there any structural?
Yeah, the orbital bone is broken. So.
Oh, Jesus.
And that happened on that punch because I had double vision for the rest of the fight as well.
What? Yeah, I guess I need to look at the time, but that was like less than a minute in.
Yeah, I haven't seen the fight, but yeah, my own, if I remember correctly, it's about a minute in or something like that.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you fought the whole fight with the broken bone, not just the cut.
Yeah.
Okay. So after that, you were seeing blurry, and you could feel the pain, which is as you're saying, it's kind of rare for a fighter. Usually they walk out with broken bones and find out after. How did you adjust after that? What was running in your mind after? I mean, he was still punching and looking for a finish after your back hit the mat. What did you think you'd have to do coming out into the second round?
Well, I knew in the second round I had to turn it around because I lost the first round, and I don't remember too much of the second round, actually. remember that he was quite quick at his with his jabs, so I need to be aware of that and just try and inch my way forward, and not rushing forwards to give him an opportunity to take me down. But I don't remember that much of the second round, so I can't remember how he got me down. Was it the second round where I punched my way past him and he kind of takes
Yeah,
my back? Yeah,
yeah, and he kind of got a body lock and
yeah, exactly.
and put you down. Were you worried about? I think when I was watching it, you started out southpaw, and then I think in there were frames, parts of the second and third round where it was on the feet, and you kind of went just with the regular stance. Were you worried about your feet with him, or was it hard, like facing another left-handed fighter? Because it seemed like his kind of left cross was reaching your face kind of quickly with that
Yeah.
stance.
No, I've started switch hitting a lot recently. I started doing that leading up to the Darren Till fight.
Yep.
I just kept getting better at it. So now it just leaves me more options to attack a fighter or an opponent. So I switch kind of naturally now. I don't really think about it. It's just reactions. So I just did what felt most natural. Sometimes I felt comfortable going forwards against him as a southpaw, sometimes as orthodox.
Okay. I felt going into that third round, I kind of had a feeling, maybe thinking back to a Till fight,
Yeah,
that maybe you could turn around. It felt like I watched it again. You landed a nice elbow, and I think there was one point where you separated, and it looked like maybe Peter was a little wobbly.
yeah.
Felt like you're getting your momentum. Did you feel like there was a little opening there for you to really turn this fight around?
I definitely felt I got the better of him in the third round. But yeah, the Till fight was, that was a once in a lifetime, and I hope that people don't expect that to happen in every fight I compete in. I get why they kind of do it, because it seems like I'm always back down on the cards, on the scorecards for the first two rounds. That's a tendency we need to adjust. But that was just the perfect storm kind of thing, and I can't count on that happening every fight, and I hope the fans doesn't either. Even though I kind of get why they would hope for it, but it can't be expected. That was just perfect storm. But yeah, I felt I got the better of him in the third round, but I kind of knew it. I had to finish him in order to win the fight, and I don't know if it was my vision messing with me, or like I couldn't really judge the distance correctly, but yeah, I wasn't able to. I felt I had the momentum going, but I just couldn't go in there and finish it. Yeah, it sucked.
So what happens now? And I think with the UFC, usually you can go backstage, and I don't know if I think just Sean Shelby was there before. Does anyone give you feedback about the fight, or are you just in a wait and see mode on what the UFC thinks or what they're going to communicate?
Well, I got pulled straight into the medical room backstage to get my eye checked, and from that I was rushed to the hospital with in an ambulance. So didn't really get a chance to talk to anybody. I did see I did see Sean Shelby at the hotel afterwards, but it was it didn't feel like the right time to start talking fights. He was a couple beers deep, and so that just didn't seem like the time to talk about stuff like that. But I'm for sure gonna be sending an email to some people in the UFC, kind of just letting them know where I am and where I was for the last fight, mentally or personally, because I've had some stuff, not a lot of big things going on, but I just had some stuff that, especially for the last fight, I only felt like I was there. I was only 75%. Maybe this fight I was 90%. So I'm improving, but I just want to be able be sure that they understand why I maybe haven't been delivering the best performances I know I can give. And hopefully that will, make them, if they're thinking about cutting me, they will give me another chance. But let's see what happens.
Great. Well, I think if you were out to prove that you're a fighter and not gonna give up, I think you met that goal. I think you were still throwing elbows off your back, trying to get up with time running out, and got back to your feet. So we always enjoy seeing you fighting, Nicolas, and hopefully we'll see you back in the octagon. I think it's still well deserved.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope I get the chance. I don't want to. If I go out, I go out my shield. And I feel I feel I have more to show than I've been able to. As I said, the last fight, I wasn't there. I had a lot of self-confidence issues. Those improved massively for this fight, and I felt really ready, and I felt I was there, and I was coherent in between rounds when I talked with Tua, and it was a good fight, but that orbital bone getting broken within the first minute kind of threw me off a bit and kind of messed up with my eyesight. So it would be lovely to get another chance and hopefully start the fight out from zero and not like -50, which it kind of felt like when I got my eye broken. And I wanna show the fans as well what I'm capable of, and I felt like I did that better in this fight compared to the last one. So for me it's an upward going trend, but of course the UFC has to feel it makes sense as well.
Yep. All righty, Nicolas. We'll talk to you soon, and thanks for your time today.
You're welcome. Take care.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye.